Hi, welcome. On this video, I want to take a couple minutes to talk about why it is I don't use treats, okay? You won't see treats in my hand. You won't see motivating dogs respond that way. Because here's the thing, okay? And again, I encourage anyone looking for information as to what is training and why is it dogs can look fantastic, responding in the training environment, doing the sit down, come and stay. But nothing changes, okay, the relationship still is the same. Consider, okay, again, that's why I go to the parent example, the child that has become selfish, and absolutely you could get them to make their bed or pick up their toys for something that they want, say a brand new Xbox game if they're into video games. Yeah, you could do that. But you have to ask yourself the question, is that whole thing about, when, okay, a relationship problem is underway, when the child's selfish and you're looking to, as in terms of your role as a parent, to get things reversed, ask yourself the question, is it just about superficial response that way? Think about it, because that's what the dog training world, entire dog training world is based on. And so it's very hard, because when people, this is like entrenched, this is like hardwired into what the dog training world has become. Immediately launching in this way, say, hey, let's just get responses going on. That's the standard. Well, that's not the standard. I show that. This is why it's so common for dogs to look fantastic, in the training environment. Certain responses could do a great sit, but you have to ask yourself the question, is it just about that? Is it just about superficial response? No. Okay, this is where I talk about why I don't use treats. Well, what's the motivation? Well, you have to think different. The motivation is, because this plays into your role. The motivator is the relationship, okay, is the social aspect of that connection. It's the dog's desire to connect at that level. It ties in that way. And then the core ingredients to actually reverse course, okay, the role of influence, intentional control, at the right level, okay, which turns it into a type of power play. But again, I talk about speaking the right language through a interaction-based approach. That's what the focus is on. That's what training really represents. That's your way forward, okay, to a better relationship with your dog. That's what's going to lead to diminishment of unwanted behavioral issues. So when I'm training dogs, okay, the dog may end up into a sit or a down, but that's not my focus. It's the interaction part of it. Okay, that's the dog coming into agreement with the interactions that speak the right language. Okay, so but again, you carry this over the parent example. It's no different. Just think about it. Once a child has become selfish, once a relationship problem is underway, ask yourself the question: is it just about superficial response that way? Is that your baseline, or does that represent what you're looking to in terms of change or assessing the relationship is getting better? Because here's the problem. Absolutely, you can get a very selfish child to, say, pick up their toys for something that they want. It could be a brand new Xbox game. And you could focus on response that way, but your role as a parent, okay, and everything that goes along with that, okay, with how you're interacting with the child, the structure part of it. You talk about consequences, you talk about how you're engaged that way. All those things are part of it. But see, that's the missing piece, okay? And that's the problem in dog training. Well, dogs are social animals, is that, you wonder why it is that your dog can look fantastic doing a sit down, come and stay, you get your certificate, but then well, nothing's actually gotten any better, or nowhere's near what you thought it would be. Well, there it is. So my encouragement is to think different. Training is not a learning-based exercise the way it's being presented in the dog training world. Don't use treats, don't motivate that way, and think about the process differently.